Meow. How's it going, everyone? My name is SwingPoynt, and welcome to a video that a lot of you guys have been requesting. This video is a setup video to see how I record, see what goes into this whole process for YouTube. Like I said, so many of you guys have been requesting it, and we're going to try to get through this as quickly as possible, so let's get straight into it. This is my microphone. It's an AT2035, and attached to it I have a blue Icicle. That's what gives it power, because AT2035 needs external power. This is my microphone mount. It's a Rode PSA1. And then right here is my two cameras, my camcorder for YouTube, and then underneath that is my webcam for live streaming. Attached to my Peace Tea can, Snowberry flavored, which is also attached to my SpongeBob brick that I got from college. And the majority of the filming done in this video was done on this camera right here. It's my Canon Rebel T5i. It's a DSLR camera. It's pretty nice. Right here's my PS4, not much to see. And then here's my old microphone that I used to use. It's a Samson C01U. I don't use it anymore. I really only use it for hooking it up to my PS4 so I can have a microphone on there. Right here is my headset that I've been using as of lately. It's a Bose QC25. It's one of the noise canceling ones. It's really nice. Then here's my lamp. I use it up to light up my face. One thing you really need a lot of in a room that uses a green screen is lighting. You need lights that go onto your green screen and then lights that go onto your face, which is why I have a lamp. And down underneath my table is my computer. I mean, I could show you the insides of my computer, but I'll just put the specs in the description and you guys can look there if you're really interested. Right here is my Gato HD60. This is what I use to record console gameplay in 1080p 60 frames a second. I actually have it hooked up through my Avermedia C985, which is like the Avermedia Live Gamer HD. So I have my Avermedia in my computer, which goes into my Elgato, which goes into my monitor, which allows me to record and live stream all with zero delay, all at 1080p 60 frames a second. So it's a little complicated workaround, but it totally works, and I'm so happy it works. Right here's my green screen. This thing's a giant pain in the ass. I hate it so much because it takes up so much space. I have to plan my room around this freaking green screen. Right here are some of my blankies. The main reason I have the blankets is for noise cancellation, which I'll show you a little bit more later, but it's really just to soak up sound because I have a tall room with tall ceilings, and it's really hard to make it not echo. Right up there, that thing was called a bass trap, and what a bass trap does is it kind of takes out some of the low frequency waves that come into the room, which it just makes it so there's less echo in the room. And right here is my sound wall, if whatever you want to call it. It's the wall that I put all my foam on. I know that this is not the way you're supposed to put foam on a wall, but it works well enough for me, and it looks kind of cool. And here's just kind of an overall layout of what I see when I walk into the room. It's definitely more of a do-it-yourself type look, but I'm totally okay with it. It gets the job done, and I mean, that's really all I need to do at the end of the day. So let's move on to our stuff on the computer itself. So now that we went through all the stuff that's kind of around the room, all the hardware, I'm going to show you the stuff that's on the computer. I'm going to try to remember everything that I can, but I can almost guarantee I'm going to forget something. But let's try to start at the beginning. Lately, what I've been using is this program called XSplit, which is a live streaming program, but I've also been using it to record locally, which I just pulled up onto the screen. You guys should be able to see it. It's kind of moving right now. Now it's like XSplitception. I was using a program called OBS for the longest time, and I might go back to OBS for local recordings, but I've been using XSplit for my live streaming, and it's been working really nice. Pretty much all I do to get started is I go to a little broadcast here. If I want to live stream, I hit Twitch. If I want to do local recordings, I do local recordings. The reason I do local is one, so you guys don't see it on the internet, because sometimes I'm not always doing YouTube mode stuff. And two, local recordings have a much higher quality than my Twitch stream does because I have the bitrate really low so you guys can watch without having to have a super godly internet. And in case you guys are interested, this is the program I used to use. It's called OBS. I'll pull it up right here. Same type of thing, just looks a little bit more toned down, gets the job done, but XSplit's been doing it just a little bit better lately. And now I have two monitors right now, which I showed you guys earlier, but I can't really show you that right now. I guess I kinda can. Let's see here. So as you can see, I have two monitors, but you can only see really on one screen what's going on. But you can see over on the right-hand monitor that I am recording my voice right now, and you can also see some of the other stuff that I was about to show you. But just to give you an idea, there's two screens going on at any given time. I usually have all my stuff sitting on the right-hand side, and then I go ahead and I pull up a game, which I can do for you right now. So yeah, I pull a game up on my left screen typically, and this is where I watch and I do all my gaming right here. This game's called Crypto the Necrodancer. It's a ton of fun. You guys will see that video in a little bit. Actually, you guys will probably see that video before you see this one. But then typically, XSplit only has this game sitting on it. It's not split like you guys see right now. So I have my game up, I do all my gameplay, and then I go ahead and I end the recording, and ending the recording means turning off my webcam, means turning off the audio on the right-hand side, it means turning off my game on the left-hand side, and then I do a little bit of my audio, I go ahead and remove noise, I compress it, and then I normalize it. And then once I do all that stuff, I bring it into Premiere Pro. And once I bring it into Premiere Pro, you see something like this. And this is where I just sit and do all my different little edits. I mean, I guess I could go into a little bit of detail. My game usually sits on the first layer here. So let's say I turn off my second layer by clicking this little eyeball. I'm no longer there. That just makes it so that only the gameplay is showing, and I have these things stacked on each other, kind of like layers in Photoshop. So the bottom layer is always gonna get covered up by the layers above it, which is why my face cam never gets covered up, but the game does get covered up by me. And audio adds to itself. It's not like you can have audio on top of audio, you know what I mean? And then if some of you guys wonder how we get videos out so quickly, I have this little thing over here. This is part of Premiere Pro. I just usually have it sitting on my second monitor. And I usually stash a bunch of templated stuff in here, so I open up a document that says template, and then I have stuff that's already preloaded. So like my outro, my kitty cats, a lot of the stuff I use a lot, I just keep in here. That way I can just drag and drop. I only have to make it once, which sometimes takes a while, but after I make it once, I can use it as many times as I want, and it's just super quick. And like I was saying before, the video that I have in here right now is called Crypt of the Necrodancer. Yeah! Which you guys, and I had speakers coming through, which you guys are probably gonna see, maybe today, and then you're probably gonna see this video a little bit later in the week, because I'm gonna be gone in Chicago. And then something kind of on the back end, in case you guys are interested, is I use this thing called the virtual audio cable. I've been using it for a couple of days, but what it does is it allows me to separate all my different sound sources. That way, on Skype, I can mute people and I can still be talking, and vice versa when I'm editing, and then that way none of the audio sources are smushed into one, because if they're all smushed into one, I can't mute myself if I'm saying something dumb. I can't mute King if he's always saying something dumb. And it allows me to just make a more polished edit. So once I hit the point where I'm done with editing, I go ahead and I export it into Adobe Media Encoder, and then I click play, or whatever, start, and then it takes a certain amount of time to render. I can't give you an exact amount because it depends on the length of the video, it depends how many things are going on in the video, but basically, once the video's done, I can go ahead and click it, I can open it up, and voila. How's it going, everyone? My name is SwingPoynt, and welcome to a cool game that I found. I know a lot of times we try to do games, and then I take this video, and I start uploading it up into the YouTubes. And actually, I can start doing that right now. Why not? So pretty much all I do is I go to the upload screen on YouTube. I click and I drag, and then I have all this stuff pop up, and I can fill that all out. I put a title on it. I put a description in it. I upload a thumbnail. None of these things I have completed yet, so I probably shouldn't have started uploading it. But it's not like once I start uploading, I have to get it all done right away. I can click save changes whenever I'm ready to upload. So this will probably be done, uploaded by the time I actually get to it, because I still need to make a thumbnail. But yeah, pretty much all I do is drag and drop, fill out some details, and we're good to go. I add it to a playlist if I think we're gonna play multiple videos of it. I can add a message, so this is what you guys will see on Twitter or Facebook if I decide to add something. Otherwise, it just says the video title and then a link to the video. Right now, I hope I'm not forgetting anything, but I think we can move on to thumbnails. And pretty much all I do for a thumbnail is open up Photoshop. And once I open up Photoshop, I open up a new document. So let's go ahead, new, and go to thumbnails, because thumbnails are always 1280 by 720. I click OK. And then I have to start thinking about what I'm gonna make. I probably should make a thumbnail for a Crypt of the Necrodancer, so do you guys wanna do that with me right now? Let's try and do something here.
Oh baby, I love your madness. It's so incredibly beautiful. Oh, you shine like gold, so selfless to all. And while I can't anymore, no. Someone say I'm insane and they're right in the way, but I just love to play in your fun and your games. Always hungry for more, that's just how I was born. Take me somewhere I don't know, and give me your freedom. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah I need it. For your pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces, yeah I need it. For your pandemonium, whoa. The limit of love is endless, I know.
Cool, so now I got this thumbnail done, and pretty much all I do once I get it done is I go on over to here, go custom thumbnail, bring her on in. Where did I save it? Crypt from the Necrodancer. Right there. And then I start thinking of tags, I start thinking of a description, I start thinking of a title. The reason why I did this thumbnail is because it made me think of Zelda and Dance Dance Revolution kind of put together. So I'd be like, Zelda meets Dance Dance Revolution. And I'll work on a description and tags in a little bit, but that's pretty much all there is to it. So after I upload videos, I usually go to check on comments. It's been about a day since I worked on comments, and we've already gotten a ton since yesterday. But as you can see, after about a day, I started getting into the part where I was really commenting back. I usually do comments every day, and then I comment on as many as I can. But I mean, between work and recording and all these other things going on in my life, I don't have as much time as I used to, but I have been trying to keep up on it, and that's something that I'm always going to try to keep up on, is building community with you guys. So I think really that's about all there is to it. I mean, there's so many little things that I could show you guys. I could take hours and hours and hours, and so many things that I could teach you guys in settings that I've spent many hours researching, but this video is not meant for that. It's just to give you guys an updated view as to what I'm doing on my end with recording and all of my hardware that I have going on around here, because I know a lot of you guys have been asking. So thank you guys very much for watching. I'm actually in Chicago right now. I'm recording this before I go on out to Chicago. I'm on a work trip right now, so I just wanted to go ahead and give you guys something to watch while I was gone. If you guys have any questions about the setup or anything that I have in here that I might have forgotten, go ahead to the comments down below and I'll try to respond, because I know that I have probably forgotten many things, because there's actually a lot to this. It's just, on the surface, it's pretty simple. So once again, thank you guys very much for watching. You guys are the best, and I'll see you in the next video around here. Meow!